One of the first things I would recommend is getting some glow sticks. These are excellent visual input for maybe for music time if you have a classroom, or you can just give them to your kids and have them turn the lights off and have a little dance party. We even have little finger ones. We have ones that are on wands. We have little sticks and longer sticks and really long sticks. These are a great idea for visual sensory input. We have some foam here that can be squeezed and squished, and that can help our kids to feel calm. It can be used as a fidget toy, and that can help kids feel calm, or it can help them focus when they are feeling a little crazy. We also, right above it, have this brain dead zombie's brain ooze, which looks like it can be squeezed, bounced, stretched, and that would be another excellent fidget toy. And next to that, we have some stretch effects frogs, which could serve the same purpose. And these also offer some interesting visual effects because they change colors with the heat of your hands. This is a really cool section to be in. Depending on the child, puzzles can be extremely calming. I've known a few children who really loved puzzles, and we have a wide variety of them here at Dollar Tree today. Wahoo! Coloring is another activity that is commonly very soothing and calming for students. And we've got plenty of coloring books to choose from. I feel a little crazy now filming in a store when there's other customers here, but I'm being brave for your benefit. Shaving cream is a fantastic activity for kids who need some input to their fingers, some tactile feedback. And it's also good for kids who really hate being messy because it helps them sort of practice that skill in a safe environment. Click on this link here for a video on what it looks like to use shaving cream as a sensory input. Hair gel can be an amazing sensory tool. And the way that you use it is to squirt a bunch of it into a zippered bag, maybe 2 zippered bags, with a bunch of glitter. And then it serves as a fidget toy or a tool for tactile input because you can't squish on it, and the gel squishes around and the glitter makes interesting patterns, and it's a very excellent calming tool. Some of our students who need tactile input benefit from a brushing protocol, and I will put a link to that down in the drop-down info box, so take a peek down there. But basically it involves brushing the skin in firm strokes, and many of our students feel that that is a very calming activity, and others who need to feel a little more alert find that to help in that area as well. So it kind of has dual purposes depending on what your needs are. Of course, it would definitely benefit you to talk to a specialist in sensory integration treatment, and a lot of times that's an occupational therapist. I'll put a link in the drop-down box for how you can find an occupational therapist who specializes in sensory processing disorders. And I hope that is helpful for you. But talking to a professional is always a good idea, and reading up as much as you can is a close second. So read the links below, and I hope they're helpful too. Another good tactile experience is beans. You put a bunch of beans in a great big box and you let kids run their hands through it, use scoops and cups to scoop it, and the sound is soothing, the feel is soothing. You can even make one specifically for feet if your kids often find their feet uncomfortable. You can use feet. If your child doesn't have any sort of gluten allergy or intolerance, you can also add some pasta of different sizes and shapes into your sensory bucket. I especially like the really small ones and the curly ones because They have a very interesting texture. You can also add rice. I don't see any rice here at the moment, but I'm sure I will come across some. And rice is another interesting thing. Sometimes kids like it if you leave the different textures separate and you have a box for beans and you have a box for pasta and you have a box for rice, and then they can choose which texture sounds the most appealing to them that particular day. I've found a bunch of spices down here, and I love using spices and extracts as a sensory input through the olfactory channel. So these cinnamon sticks would be a great idea for using for artwork, or in fact I'm going to get all the packages that are here for artwork, or just for sensory time to rub them together and smell how delicious they are, or even to scent your classroom if it gets a bit stinky. And back here we have all sorts of containers that can be used to store things. I often recommend that toys be stored in containers out of a child's reach so that the child has to request which item he wants. And these are some great and very inexpensive storage containers that could be used for that purpose. Additionally, you could use these big bowls or these down here, these big shoebox sized ones for the beans and rice that I just talked about.